I'm Kate, and these are my top 5 best erotic books. Books are a really great way to connect with your partner. I mean, they're a great way to pick up new skills and new interests, but they're also a really fun way to discover what you might be into and what you and your partner might be into trying together. So this is something that you could either read together, or if you're a little bit shy, you can just leave books strategically around the house and hope that they open them to the right passages. Let's start off with just a fun novel. Anne Rice has a trilogy. Anne Rice of the Vampire books, has a trilogy that starts with The Claiming of Sleeping Beauty. It's a fantasy BDSM series about these hot young princes and princesses who are trained as sex slaves and undergo all sorts of erotic punishments, and it's a little bit intense, but it's a lot of fun. And if you read something like that, or you think you might just want to try BDSM rather than just reading about it, I would say that the next step would be trying out the New Topping book and the New Bottoming book by Dossey, Easton, and Janet Hardy, who are these fantastic pioneers in sex ed. And these books aren't about gathering hard skills like, oh, this is a book that's going to teach you to flog. I think they're even better. These are about finding your persona as a top or as a bottom, figuring out what kinds of roles and scenarios turn you on, and going from there and figuring out how to build really exciting scenes from there. And this guy, Urban Tantra by Barbour Karelis, I was really skeptical of before the first time I read it because I'm not very spiritual. I'd always thought of Tantra as something that people who were not me did. And I really think that everyone should read this book and everyone can get a lot out of it, because whether or not you're spiritual and whether or not this fits into any of your other practices, there's a lot of good stuff in here, really practical exercises for connecting to what makes you feel good, what makes your partner feel good, and having bigger, better orgasms, and just sort of getting in touch with your pleasure. So this is a really terrific book. It also uses really inclusive language, which I really like, that she talks about, rather than male and female bodies, she talks about testosterone and estrogen-based bodies. She Comes First, The Thinking Man's Guide to Pleasuring a Woman, is a great book about cunnilingus. It's very well written, it's a good prose style, and it's also just full of information, really useful, applicable anatomy information, not just here's a chart, look at it. And what's really fun is he gives you some sample syllabi, basically, for a cunnilingus session. You know, start with 10 seconds of this, then move on to 20 seconds of this, then a full minute of this other move, which you obviously don't have to follow point by point, but it's kind of fun to break it down in that way rather than just throwing a ton of tips at you. And this one, terrific title, Tickle His Pickle, is a book about blowjobs. It's short, it's sweet, it's fun, it's illustrated, and if you don't want to delve too much into blowjob theory, you just want to get a few practical tips and that you can use tonight, this is a really great little book. All right, happy reading. I hope you learned something useful.